Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Channing from Brother to Brother. Just wanted to send an encouraging message to you. Today, really fight for the Lord. Really press in to seek everything that He has for you today. And I know that sounds cliche. I get it. I get it. And I understand that sometimes in this life it can get very, very difficult to find a way to do that, being that everything is against you. Or it would seem like everything is against you. The job, the kids, sometimes your spouse, family members, friends, sometimes that like they don't want to really fool or deal with you or don't really have the time. But in reality, what it is just simply an illusion that we're really by ourselves. And that all those things that I just named, it would seem as though that because those things are against you, or you would believe those things are against you, that you can't cry out to God. You can't really press into what He has for you. So you just sit alone with your thoughts. And when you do that and you continue to just really roll over in your mind about all the things that are going on, that could be going on, that you perceive are wrong, then that's when the devil has a open playbook directly to your mind. It's just an open field day for him to implant thoughts and ideas in your mind that in reality aren't really there. So I just really want you to press in today, be encouraged in just this one thing, that today God is with me. And if everything seems like it's going wrong in your life right now, don't worry, God is with you. If everything seems to be going right in your life and you don't have a complaint in the world, don't worry. Just be sure that God is with me. You know, weeks ago, we had the Charlottesville Uprising, and that was devastating. And for a country that seems that it's divided, that only escalated the issue. And one of the things that I've been noticing is that for every person that seeks to unite across, whether it be political lines or racial lines or anything like that, any sense of unity, there are at least 10 more people who seek to divide. And that's discouraging. That is truly discouraging, in the sense that if we really are truly looking to create a narrative and an understanding of each other, then what profit is there in attempting to constantly divide because one person doesn't understand the plight of the other person? This white person doesn't understand the plight of the black person. So because of that, and because you truly can't understand, then there's no sense in talking to you to try to come to a respectful discourse where we can talk to each other and understand each other better, so that we can start a path and a blueprint to show our children, so that they don't grow up in the same type of idea of what life is like we did. So seek to be that one person that seeks to unite. And overall, seek to please God. And the best way that you can please God is to start seeking out what it is that you're supposed to do. What I mean by that is we were all created for a purpose. There's no doubt about it. You would not be, there are no purposeless people. There are no purposeless people living on the earth. There are people that have rolled down a path that has set them on a horrible life, whether it be of drugs, prison, bad decisions, or whatever, make no mistake, that's there. But because that is what they decided or chose to do, does not negate the fact that they were still here for a purpose and a reason. One of the greatest messages that I listened to, in the sense of a message that shook me up, was a message about simply, it was just a saying, which was, the grave is the wealthiest place on planet Earth, because it is littered with ideas, dreams, visions, businesses, products, etc., that were never truly realized, simply because people didn't truly look to tap into what their God-given gifts and purpose was while they walked this earth. And the biggest wake-up call from that was, don't contribute to the grave becoming more wealthy by dying with what you have on the inside of you. Meaning give everything that you have in this life, so that when you leave, you're completely emptied out, especially for that of a Christian and a believer. You're completely emptied out. You've completely used every bit of the gifts and the purpose that God has put on the inside of you for the greater good. And because of that, we can freely know that we've contributed to this life in a more impactful way for nothing more than advancing the kingdom of God. And I know oftentimes we feel like every day we go into work, every day we leave work, we feel like, what impact did I make today? That's for some who are looking to make an impact. And for some people, we've just got complacent, where we just say, oh, this is what life is. This is what it should be. I don't have enough energy or I don't have enough room on my plate to seek after those things. I just want to be comfortable. I don't want to rock the boat. My life is good right now. All I do is wake up, go to work, eat, come home, eat, go to sleep, rinse, wash, and repeat. And for some people, that's what they choose to do, and that's the way they choose to live their lives, and that's great. Here's a crazier thing. Some people need to live that life because, you know what? For nothing else. That ultimately might be what they're here to do. Contribute to someone else's vision. And that's great. We're all tasked to assist and help other people in varying different areas. So my point is, whatever you have a heart to do is typically going to give you direction. When I say heart, I don't mean follow your heart. That's a dangerous thing to do, is follow your heart, because your heart is deceptively wicked, as scripture says. So it can lead you to your heart's desire. What you should be doing first is seeking God and looking to Him. And as you look to Him, He then puts His desires of His heart inside of you. And as He does that, then you're awakened to the true purpose of why you are wired the way you are, why you think the way you think, and why you do the things that you do. And that's all connected to the true purpose that He has for you. And as you do that, then you begin to feel a fulfilled life. And no matter what comes and what goes, you have this There's a different confidence. There's a difference when you talk to people who know why they're here, what they are truly here on this earth to do, versus people who are just living life just to get to the next day. There's a difference in the talk. There's a difference in the look in the eye. There's a difference in the pace of the walk. All I want you to do is just wake up every day getting excited about what you are doing. And if you're not getting up excited about what you're doing, then why are you truly doing it? And the overwhelming answer would always be, I'm doing it because of the money. I'm doing it because I need to pay bills. And that is good. What I'm saying is, of course, there's always responsibility and things that you have to handle. My thing is, after you are doing what you have to do to pay bills, feed the kids, keep a roof over your head, after you're doing all of that, what else are you giving attention to? While you're sitting down and you're binge watching Netflix or watching the latest series on Hulu, or watching football, watching basketball, watching sports to take your mind off of the stress. While you're going to the club to relieve stress, or going out with friends to relieve stress, all those things have their place at a point in time. But how much of that are you committing your life to after you leave a stressful job that you're saying, you know what? I swear for God, I swear, if it wasn't because of the money, I would leave. If it wasn't because I had to pay my bills, I would leave this place. What are you doing after you leave 8 hours of that thinking to do? And produce something more than what you're normally producing. What are you doing? That's the question. What are you doing? What are you doing? Because there's way more than 8 hours in a day. If you sleep for 8, you work for 8, that's 16. What are you doing with the other 8? That is the question. What are you doing with the other 8? If it wasn't just, okay, I'm going to commit to at least 1 hour a day, at least, at bare minimum, I'm going to commit to 1 hour a day to truly sitting down and focusing on, you know what? I was created for more than what I am currently doing. I was created for more. See, everybody wants to be great, but everybody doesn't have to be great. But everybody does have a purpose. And I can tell you right now, when you're truly walking in a purpose, and you know exactly why you were tasked with the abilities and the gifts that you were tasked with, it makes it so much easier and so much more freeing to go to a job that you may not particularly care for, because you know this is not the end. This is not the end of the road, and this is not all I was created for. So today I just task you to take time out with encouraging yourself to see what's left of the other 8 hours. If there was a name for this show, it would be, what are you doing with the other 8? So what are you doing with the other 8? At least commit to at least 1 hour out of those 8 to be tasked with finding out what you're supposed to be doing. Again, I'm Channing Coins, and this has been another episode of From Brother to Brother. Y'all stay blessed. I'll see you on the other side of your purpose.